NPS Now, your source of news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. First, Norfolk Technical Center's pharmacy students wrote the right prescription for curious students interested in the pharmacy program during their annual pharmacy fair. The fair gives students in the pharmacy program a chance to showcase their knowledge in various areas to their fellow NTC students and partners, such as Hampton University.
It's really opened up, my perspective on different things. I've learned so much that, there's not just pharmacists and pharmacy techs you can go into. The pharmacy it's such a wide range, it's such a wide field. It's a really growing field, and it's really good field.
They do a lot of presentations in the pharmacy program. They have to communicate with colleagues, with other healthcare professionals. They have to be knowledgeable about the different facets of pharmacy, and I've seen some of the displays, and I've just been really impressed with their enthusiasm and their knowledge base.
Madison School sophomore Devin Mont recently honored the school's security team by presenting them with a special gift. Here's Debbie Horniak with the details.
Madison School appreciates their security team, honoring 3 of their 4 security guards with a luncheon, applause, and survival kits, which no security guard should ever be without. They were surprised still by a caricature of themselves from one of Madison's 10th grade students, Devin Mont. Getting his inspiration from photographs, Devin went to work on his creations.
I've been drawing since I was 3 because I used to draw Blue's Clues on my mom's wall, and she would get mad at me. Like, if I wrote on her wall with a blue crayon, that's what color she'd paint the wall, then I'd do it with a different color, she'd just keep painting the wall. I used to draw people a lot, like humans. So let's say I did your face on Spider-Man's body. It's random stuff, I just like drawing. I gotta graduate first, and I know I want to go to Radford University.
Big aspirations from a student determined to make a difference in his life.
Young voters cast early ballots for the nation's next president. Poplar Halls Elementary School students huddled in blue partitions and stroked a check box for either President Obama or Mitt Romney. Monroe Elementary students exercised their right to vote by choosing their favorite candidate via computer. This mock election illustrated to all students, kindergarten through 5th grade, the importance of voting and being a good citizen.
We talk with the kids. They're constantly talking with them about voting and about citizenship and the importance of the election. And the children, it's amazing how aware they are of everything that goes on. If parents ever think that the kids aren't learning from them, they are, because they knew a lot about the election going into it, and a lot of them already had ideas of who they wanted to vote for with specific reasons why. So we just talk about the election process and being a responsible citizen and how it's your right to vote and to take advantage of that right.
Students celebrated Halloween a little early in the day at Crossroads Elementary and Easton Preschool. At Crossroads, students dressed up in their costumes and burned off some energy by dancing in the school's gym. Meanwhile, parents proudly looked on as the young students at Easton wore their costumes as they walked in a parade around the school grounds.
They love this stuff, so, we love it too, and as you can see, we're all about it. Our little Batgirl's out in there, so she's got Batman and Batwoman here to support that.
They're all superheroes.
Yeah, and they fight every day, so, they deserve us to come out here and show support.
It's awesome. I love being able to see how excited he is walking through here. He roared as he walked past us, and it's awesome to see him like this with everybody else.
St. Helena Elementary School students welcome local R&B radio personality Teresa Brown as she came by the school to read books to excited students. Her visit was made possible by a student in the class who sent her an email with an invitation to visit them. She not only read to the students, but she interacted with them as well.
I came to do my program. It's called Reading and Succeeding with Teresa. I've been doing it for the past 9 years. Every Wednesday I'm out in the community. I stop at different schools. I read to children some of my favorite books, and I talk to them about the importance of literacy. Reading is the best gift you can give to your children. That's something they will always have with them. It won't break, and it takes them through the rest of their lives.
Blair Middle School recently hosted a Choices Assembly featuring former NFL running back Tim Lester, who shared his life experiences with the 8th grade students.
Life is about choices, but making the right choice is the message that was being relayed to the 8th grade class at Blair Middle School. Former NFL running back Tim Lester shared his life experiences with the students in the hope that they don't make the same mistakes he did.
Well, I do this because it's a way of giving back. You know, God had blessed me to be in the NFL for 8 years, and to come back and share with young folks about life choices. And it's kind of personal because I tie my personal life into it to let them know that, hey, you don't have to do this. I already did it for you, so don't make the same mistakes I made. My ultimate goal is to kind of let them know that what they think is happiness and peace and all that stuff is not. It's not going to make them happy. It's actually the alcohol, the drugs, and all that stuff. Actually, most of it's going to end up hurting them somehow, some way. Maybe taking their life. You know, I've seen a lot of my friends lose their life, you know, from bullying and alcohol and drugs. So I try to give them a real picture. You know, they don't get a real picture. Sometimes it's covered up, and I think that through my story, I can give them a real life story.
He was well received by our students, and hopefully they took something away from his message, which I think they did because I did as well. Live life, choose the right, make the right choices, and you know, don't be pressured by people who are not for your best interest, but choose. You have a choice.
Just Say No to Drugs was the message to students around the district to celebrate Red Ribbon Week. Granby High School's field hockey team gave high fives to Suburban Park Elementary students, along with the football team, as they greeted them on their way to class.
I think it's important for all of us to be out here and support as a community. You know, we have kids here that, I have kids on my team that have brothers and sisters here. The kids know each other. The kids come over, and it's good for my kids to kind of show that they are a role model to a lot of other younger children. So it's good for both sides, it really is, Suburban Park and Granby High School.
Let's check out the fun as Booker T. Washington's band provided the musical beat for Jaycox Elementary Students' March. Every year, Bayview's art teacher Susan Mozafari enters the Bra Ha Ha event. Her entry, titled Keeping Abreast of Things, is a special tribute to former cafeteria manager Michelle Sabode and is covered with tiny objects, including a watch, a trophy, a car, boat, paintbrush, animals, a Pez dispenser, and other items. The bra was auctioned at the awards dinner with proceeds supporting free mammograms and breast health services. In celebration of National School Lunch Week, students at Willoughby Elementary welcomed U.S. Undersecretary Ken Concanon as he joined them for their lunch at school. Meanwhile, over at Norview High School, students had the unique experience of actually serving school lunch to their peers.
Well, it's National School Lunch Week, and we do promotions, of course, and I just thought something different, you know, do something different besides putting up posters or just announcing that it's National School Lunch Week. And I just thought maybe the kids might like to serve their peers.
It's exciting and fun at the same time because you got all the classmates and stuff all shocked to see you in the back serving food. It's not hard, but it's a lot of preparation and you gotta know what you're doing.
Great sports action around the district. Coming up next is NPS Sports featuring Steve Sutmiller.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, the Senior Coordinator of Athletics. First up, varsity field hockey action. The Eastern District Tournament was played at Powhatan Stadium. The Maury Commodores defeated the Churchland Truckers in the first semifinal game by the score of 8-0. The second semifinal game had the Norview Pilots going up against the Granby Comets. The winner would advance to the finals and would secure a spot in the Eastern Region Field Hockey Tournament. The Comets secured the win by a score of 3-0. The win put the young Comet ladies into the finals of the Eastern District Tournament. Granby had entered the finals behind solid and consistent play of Skylar Siegelman and Isabel Siegelman. Granby put up a fight, but in the end, the Lady Commodores outscored Granby by the score of 3-0. Maury was led by Anna Kimity, Christina Bechera, and Morgan Hudgens. In the regional tournament, Granby lost the opening round game 3-1 to Gloucester, while Maury won 3-0 over Kecoughtan in their first round game. In the semifinals, Maury faced Cox High School and lost 1-0. Moving on to cross country, Eastern District Championships was held at Churchland High School. Girls cross country, Maury girls team placed 4 runners in the top 8 spots to easily defend their title. Anna Britton, Megan Dister, Renee Garrow, and Anna O'Donnell were the place winners. Booker T senior Jessica Davis won the individual title in a time of 20 minutes and 53 seconds. In the boys championship race, it was the Granby Comets that came away with their second title in the past 3 seasons. This was a close finish as Granby finished with 43 points, which was one better than Maury and Churchland. Churchland's DeAndre James won the individual title with a time of 17 minutes and 51 seconds. Now let's take a look at the cross-country results. Moving on to volleyball, let's go to Granby High School for a matchup between Maury and Granby. This game was for the regular season championship as Maury held a 1-game lead heading into the contest. Granby, led by Darius Reagan and Tom Coles, and Maury was led by Kyle Brinkley and Shane Limbaugh. In a 5-set thriller, Granby pulled out the victory, winning 15-13 in the final set. This forced a playoff game to determine the #1 seed in the Eastern Region Tournament. In that game, Maury defeated Granby 3-0. In girls action, Booker T took on Norview. This was the season finale for both teams. Norview was led by Brianna DeJarnette and Shantae Riddick. They defeated the Bookers 3-1. It's playoff time for varsity football. We have 3 schools that will represent the city. In the first round in Division 5, it's a rematch, Maury versus Lake Taylor. The Commodores come in as the A seed and will face the #1 seed at Lake Taylor High School. Kickoff will be Friday at 7:30 at Lake Taylor High School. In Division 6, Granby Comets will represent the Eastern District. The Comets will be seeded 8th and will play the #1 seed at Ocean Lakes Dolphins. Kickoff will be at 7:30 this Friday at Ocean Lakes High School. Norfolk Public Schools wants you to follow your teams throughout the year. You can do this by logging on to your school's athletic website. Check out these sites. Get up-to-date scores, stories, and information on your favorite teams by signing up for email alerts. Go to the homepage, click on email alerts to sign up. More NPS Now after this.
Joining us today from Special Education Services is Dr. Sandra Witcher, Senior Director, and Carolyn Cage, Senior Coordinator. Welcome to NPS Now. I understand the school board recently recognized Disability Awareness Month. Tell us a little about what we've been doing around the district with that.
Sure. We continued with a project that was launched last year called I'm Determined, which is all about teaching students with disabilities how to advocate for themselves. And this is a project that the Virginia Department of Education sponsors and was actually developed by students with disabilities. So that continued at our middle schools and high schools. Additionally, this year we introduced schools to a new resource by Kathy Snow, and we bought posters for every school with an emphasis on People First language. So the posters were We Believe in People First language, and Kathy Snow has a ton of other resources available to help schools talk about disability history, awareness, and sensitivity.
Okay, and we also have it highlighted on our webpage as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. And Carolyn, I know you've been involved with post-secondary goals for our special education students. Please share a little bit of information about that.
Okay, well, the Department of Special Education high school cluster consists of me and 3 teacher specialists, one of whom is specifically targeted to do transition services and provide supports to IEP case managers, students and their families in planning for life after high school. We look at the areas of employment, education, and adult living. We also have a transition advisory board that consists of community representatives, educators, and parents and student representatives that kind of give us guidance to resources that are available in the community, provide mentorship opportunities, and as well as employment opportunities. We offer a career development program that has really grown over the past few years that prepares students primarily with intellectual disabilities for entry into the workforce. And we also offer the same activities that are available to other students. Like we collaborate a lot with the Career and Tech Ed program and coursework that's offered at Norfolk Technical Center.
And you also have relationships with other community businesses and things of that nature.
Yes, we do. Yes, we have a number of activities that we do in collaboration with the Department of Rehabilitative Services and other community agencies, yes.
Wonderful. And you also have a continuum of post-secondary what is it, goals or
options? Yes.
Options. Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, that too has grown tremendously. This year we started several new programs, the most recent of which is our Rosemont Transition Academy. We have a teacher who serves students who are classified as postgraduates because even though they have graduated, they are still entitled to special ed services. And so those are the students who are getting ready to enter the workforce but need a little more academic support related to preparing for work. So we have that. We have our Higher Ed Academy. That's new this year. That's in partnership with Old Dominion University. And those are for students who graduated with either a modified standard diploma or GED who are interested in going on to higher education and into careers, technical careers, but again, need some additional training and support prior to getting to that level. We have Project Search. We are in our 3rd year of collaboration with Centera Norfolk General Hospital, Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services, and the Choice Group. And we are very proud of Project Search. They just received an award this past summer for 100% placement in our 1st year of service. And Norfolk General has hired several of our students as a result of that program. And then we have our Trades Academy. That's a collaboration with the Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services. Those students are preparing again for certification and entry into the workforce. And then finally, we have our Service Academy at Camp Young, and we are so very proud because that's the first time we've offered a program for students with significant disabilities.
Well, let's take a look at students in the Service Academy at Camp Young during a recent visit.
5 special education students have the amazing opportunity to learn life and work skills in a unique setting at Camp Young. These students, who are all graduates of Norfolk Public Schools, come out to the camp daily and perform various tasks.
Well, what we do is a lot of life work experiences. They come in and they will get right to work, assembly, data entry. It's all kind of work related, and then they take care of some personal care, and then they go to work.
The students' jobs at Camp Young include delivering mail, clerical work, and working in the canteen. Being outside a traditional school setting enables these students to receive real-life work experience. This special program wouldn't be possible without special education, compensatory education, and Camp Young all working together.
The special ed department approached me and told me that they wanted to start a service academy, and they were looking for an optimal location to bring special ed kids that had graduated, but they were transitioning from school to work. And we had cabins here. The opportunity was great for us.
The staff here at Camp Young has been absolutely fabulous. They have helped us in any way they can, accommodating. Everything here is collaborative effort, so it's not just me and my students in program, it's them as well.
The ultimate goal of this program is to provide these students with the tools they need to become happy, productive members of society.
I'm hoping that they will have skills that will allow them to go into the workplace and where they can function at their greatest capacity.
My hope is when they are done with my program that they will live as independently as they can in the community and have jobs that they could do either part-time, maybe piecework, but so they're not sitting at home, and so they get out into the community and function, like I said, as independently as possible.
Well, from the video and what you shared with us, Carolyn, it sounds like Norfolk Public Schools Special Education Services has a lot of great opportunities for our students, and in one in particular, the autism program. Share a little bit about that with us.
Thank you. We think we offer a great variety of services and quality services, and autism is one of 13 disability categories recognized in the state of Virginia. But it's one with which a lot of people in the public are familiar because of the increased prevalence across the country. Now we're talking statistics of 1 in 88 births, children being identified with having autism. And that's how we prefer to talk about our students who may have an identified disability. We talk about them as children and people first, referring back to our disability history and awareness posters of We Believe in People First language. So you, for example, would say that Sandy is a student with autism versus she's autistic, or Carolyn is a student who uses a wheelchair for mobility versus she's wheelchair bound. So as far as our services for our students with autism, we are very excited about our partnership with Rethink Autism, which is a very unique online curriculum, data tracking platform, and professional development tool that has enabled us to provide consistency across the school division in the services that we're delivering. We are able to bring some of our students who were formerly served in regional programs or private programs back into the inclusive fold of Norfolk Public Schools using this tool.
Sounds like Special Education Services has kind of revamped itself and kind of reinvented some of the things that you have going on. So tell us a little bit about your 5-year plan for special education.
Okay, when I first came into the division last year, part of what I did for the first 3 months was to kind of get a lay of the land, interviewed people, reviewed records, talked to parents, talked to students, department heads, principals, and from those discussions and those review of data, there emerged some common themes. In those common themes, we established 4 subcommittees. One was models of staffing and support, one was interventions for students, another was communication and collaboration, and a 4th was compliance oversight. So within those 4 broad areas, we had our senior coordinators lead subcommittees of stakeholders to further analyze the data, and then more importantly, develop specific action steps to move our department forward. And so Rethink Autism, for example, was an outgrowth of that initial action plan. And now, under new leadership, the 5-year plan that we developed is being embedded in the division strategic plan.
Wonderful. And just the services and from the video and the things that are happening, I think parents, this interview today is even very informative, because if you didn't know anything about special education services, now you know the great things that are happening. So tell me a little bit about how you get parents involved who have children in our special education services. How are you communicating with them, or what opportunities do they have to be involved with the special education services that you provide?
Sure. One way is just by the personal interaction. We expect our senior coordinators, our teacher specialists, our case managers at the building level to be very responsive to parents and to be prompt in returning phone calls and emails. So that's kind of step one. Another avenue, you can look on our homepage, our website, and see that we have a parent survey posted right up front. We need input from our parents, and this is something that the State Department does to analyze special education services across the state, and it's a very short parent survey that parents can take online, or they can take a paper copy at their school, and the versions are also available in Spanish. So we are encouraging our parents to do that. We're encouraging our schools to help parents. Let's say you have a meeting at the school, immediately thereafter hook the parent up with a computer and say, you can use the computer right here to take this quick survey if you would. And then another way, of course, is our Special Education Advisory Committee. And our emphasis this year is on increasing the membership. We have a very small but active SEAC group right now, and we want to expand the membership to represent all areas of the city, all disability categories, and so our focus right now is to recruit new members.
That's great, and you mentioned before in a previous conversation we've had that there's going to be an email address for?
We're working on establishing an email address where anyone can ask a special education related question, make a suggestion, or even lodge a concern, and they can do so anonymously if they choose, and then we will be able to distribute that to the appropriate folks to actually take action with it.
I think you've shared a wealth of information with us today, and I think folks are well informed now, and hopefully they'll come to the website and see more information about what Special Education Services is doing. So thank you, ladies, for joining us today on NPS Now to share what's happening with Special Education Services. And we appreciate you joining us today for this edition of NPS Now. The show will air on WNPS Channel 47, or you can view it online at www.npsk12.com. Thank you for watching NPS Now.